Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy McLovin's Funhouse, also known as Angel Villalobos, and today, me and my boy named.
My boy Mr. Troll just chilling here, pulling up on you guys and whatnot. About to make this video like old time and shit.
So me and him, we're gonna make a video. Kalon's a good friend of mine. If
Mm.
you should know him already if you've seen my videos in the previous years, but yeah. So we're gonna be making a video about big trends from back then. What I mean by that is big trends like just really popular things back in the day that we all wish that came back in the future, but that belongs in the past. But anyway, let's get started with the list. It might sound a bit confusing of what this topic is about, but it's pretty self-explanatory. But let's just get started. So first on the list is Pez candy dispensers. I know you guys know all about these. These were the bomb back then. They're like
Yep.
they're like little candy. They're candy little slot. Now I can't explain them. They're candy dispensers. Pretty self-explanatory. We all knows. You could go to Menards or Walmart anywhere they sell them. It's pretty cool. Even at like clothing stores, they always had them. But I haven't seen one at all.
We see them like all the time over here. I still buy the fucking little candy things from them. They're like at the beginning, like the front of like every store, like where the aisles start over here.
What? I never see them over here.
And then everybody remembers Tony Hawk Underground 2. I honestly never played Tony Hawk Underground 2, but I will say Pro Skater 4, Tony Hawk, like the whole series of Tony Hawk, like classic shit, was awesome. I remember playing Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. That game was
I remember playing Tony Hawk Underground 2. It was a good game. Next on the list is Tech Decks. Yes, Tech Decks. Yes, back in the day, I remember going to Walgreens with my brother and just buying Tech Decks. The whole set where you got the wrench and the tires. Good old days. And I never was really into Tech Decks, but my brother was, and a million other people around me were. I really never understood the point of Tech Decks, but I kind of wish I had one.
true. They were the shit though back in the day. If you had a bunch, you were the shit. I remember this one kid named Perry at school. In school, his name was Perry. He was a dumbass and got kicked out. All he did was sell tech dick to kids. He was like, "Bro, look at my tech dick. Look at my mom bought me a tech dick. It's so cool." Yeah, yeah. Air Force Ones. It's just like who doesn't wear Air Force Ones back in the day? I didn't because I didn't even know about that Jordan life and like ever. Like I was never about that Jordan life. So
Air Force Ones were a pretty big thing over here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Everybody, not everybody, but like back, when I was still in school, everybody was still wearing like just casual shoes like Nikes, Adidas, and whatnot. But my brother and his cousin and our cousin named Alfonso, he sometimes watches my videos, but them two, they would always like have the most freshest shoes ever. I remember my brother, he had a Air Force Ones and like a couple Jordans. I can't remember since this was back in like 2006 and 7. Good old days. But even my cousin Alfonso, he had Air Force Ones too, and his dad, he had some Air Force Ones and Jordans. It was pretty nice. It was something that ran through the family, but good old days.
true.
Next up on the list is Sean Kingston, "Beautiful Girls." That very popular song back in, I think it was the 2007 days, but I remember when I would, come home from school, me and my brother, you were young, and he didn't work, I didn't work, because we were both young, obviously, and there was a lot of memories. We would always play basketball, or even soccer or football, whatever, with block friends, if that makes any sense. But we would meet up with the block, the kids from the block, and we would play something or just chill, or even in our yard, like, and me and my brother, we would just chill, and then we'd have the boombox playing music. I mean, it was a lot of good memories.
I hate that
Beautiful
song.
girl. I mean, it's a classic. It's a
I don't care how
classic.
classic it is. I still hate it. I never liked it.
It's such a classic.
But Chef Boyardee. By God, bro, you never seen that commercial on Chef Boyardee with the one can that would like roll from the store all the way to their house to that little girl who was already eating some Chef Boyardee. And, it was just your boy, Chef Boyardee. I didn't have a lot of Chef Boyardee.
Same here, but I would always see them on the TV.
True, you would always see the commercials and like never have any though. That was not fair. I was disappointed with that. I'm not even gonna lie.
Next up on the list is Pinball 3D on Windows XP. We all know this. We all know playing pinball or solitaire or whatever. We remember, playing on our old computers, Windows XP. Pinball, that was a great game ever. Even had music. It was like playing the future.
True, because that game was like back in the day. I never really understood it though, to be honest. Like, to be honest, like, as I was a kid at the time, all I saw was like a bunch of fucking flashing lights and stuff. So I was like, what is this? What is this? Somebody come look at this. Then again, I never saw much of Windows XP. I mostly saw Windows 95. That's what everybody had, because when everybody was like, ew, Windows XP. I will never forget those boot up and shut down sounds. I was like, I was like, hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Playing solitaire on the computer, not knowing a damn thing about the game except to move cards around in place.
Sounds about right.
Like, I don't even understood I never understood the point. Like, all I know, there was a bunch of cards, so you just like kept dicking around with them until like something happened. And then honestly, I actually learned how to play the game from my aunt, who I used to watch play all the time, and she was like, yeah, all you gotta do is like get the cards and like write matching order and stuff. And I was like, bro, that makes no sense.
I never understood how to play solitaire. Solitaire, whatever the heck it's called. But till this day, I still have no idea what I'm doing whenever I.
True. Same. It's goofy as hell, but I get the game now, but it's just goofy.
Next up on the list is Heelys.
Oh.
Like I said, we all know this. Everybody had Heelys back in the day. I never had a pair of Heelys. I'm not gonna lie about that, but everybody around me did. They would always, bring them to school.
True.
Wear them to school, basically. It was pretty funny. And then eventually Heelys got banned from my school, or my school district in general.
Same.
And
the rolling book
funny.
bags as well, because niggas stupid and push everybody on the pull them around. Or had niggas like, if you had stairs or something, they would have people line them up on like stairwells and then just like roll them down and then leave them there. Bro, I got a story about book bags now that I think about it. There was this one kid at school that nobody liked, so they took his book bag and put it in a urinal and peed all over it.
What?
Yeah, that was funny.
Were you a part of it?
No.
You witnessed it?
Yeah.
How funny is that?
I was like, y'all wrong for that.
Is y'all finished or is y'all done?
Basically.
Next up on the list is Beyblades. Me and my cousin, we would always play with these. I mean, I never was into Beyblades at all. I never owned one before, but my cousin George, he's a very close cousin of mine. He watches my videos sometimes. I know his little brother Daniel, he watches my videos. So if any of you two are watching my videos, then what's cooking? Hi. But,
I had so many Beyblades, like Sonny. I don't even think you realize.
But me, whenever I would go over to their house, we would always play with Beyblades. It was pretty awesome. I enjoyed those good old times where Beyblades, they were a thing. 1, 2, 3, let it rip. And oh man, it was just such a good memory.
What a time
from back
to be
in the day.
alive.
Yeah, exactly. What a time to be alive.
Fruit roll-ups though. Don't even give me fruit roll-ups now. Oh my god. Fruit roll-ups. And then the really old ones with like the tongue tattoos and shit. Like, you remember that?
Yeah.
Like, they were on commercial, but like you didn't see them very often. I don't remember I don't remember if like they came standard with the tattoo thing on the tongue, but I remember like every single kid wanted like the fruit roll-up. There's one I think they came in different lengths. And I think everybody would like, I want to say there was like one that was like 3 foot, and then there was like a really long one. I was like, I want to say, I'm not 100% sure because I've not bought one like forever. That was like 10 foot or something. I don't know, but every kid
10 foot? Holy crap.
Yeah, and they were like hella long, dude. They were like really long.
So next up on the list is the quarter machine tattoos. The little machines you would, here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, you could go to any store, really any store, any grocery store. It was mostly I mostly just seen these in the Mexican grocery stores. I was never a big fan of them. My brother was though. He would always put some 4 quarters in the machine, and then I remember you had to put 4 quarters in the little slots, and then pull the machine back. I'll post a picture on the screen if I can find one online, but that's how it looked. It was pretty awesome. And then you would get your tattoo, and boom, you just came out of the pen basically.
Honestly, I had never ever used one of those in my life. I'm not even gonna lie right now. I've never used one before.
I only used like a couple, but they were really nothing too interesting. They were, you gotta they're like little sheets with the tattoo on them,
Uh huh.
and then you like put them on your wrist or your arm anywhere, and then you like apply some water on it, and then it turns damp, and then it just kind of sticks onto your body, and I don't know, it feels kind of funny. It's like tape almost. Next up on the list is Def Jam fighting games in general. Def Jam. I'm not gonna lie. I think I only played one Def Jam, which was Def Jam Fight for New York. It was on the GameCube. It was a really old game, but I remember I don't really know exactly what the story was behind it of us getting it, but apparently my brother, he was like in fourth grade, fourth or fifth, and they were doing like a little pen pal project or whatever, and he told me that his pen pal gave him a gift of Def Jam Fight for New York, the GameCube disc, and this is a funny part. My brother didn't even tell the guy that that we had a PS2, a GameCube, and I'm guessing
Your brother was like had the best pen pal ever knew.
hell yeah, since dang, like it was pretty cool, and then I don't really remember like when we first played it because this was way back in the day, like 2006 or 7. Maybe it's earlier than that. I know that.
I don't
But
even know. I don't even know.
But it was a great game. It was probably one of the best fighting games I've ever played in my life. All these fighting games out there, they're nothing close to Def Jam. I mean, you guys know the people who play Def Jam. You guys know how good of a
UFC
game it is.
2.
UFC, it doesn't compare nothing to Def Jam. Def Jam's pretty cool. Like you got your own little pad, and you could get voicemails.
It
On
has
your
been
phone.
so long since I played that game. Like all I remember was playing Def Jam Vendetta. That's it.
And it was pretty cool. You could get haircuts and gold chains, and it was pretty awesome. I enjoyed it every single minute, and I remember spending my nights just playing Def Jam. And then my dad, he would get home like really late, like midnight, and then he would just check up on me. He would always see that I'm playing Def Jam. It's a pretty good game. I loved it. The music in there pretty nice too, especially the rappers. There's a lot of good rappers in there.
True.
Uh, there was a game called The Warriors. It was like based off of a movie. I want to say it was a movie. I'm not sure. It was basically like a game that took place in the 70s, where you're basically like the town. Well, it was like a town gang that basically extorted people, harassed people, get money and beat up the other gangs. It was just like different because like people would call the police, like they would run the phone booths and call the police, and you could like go to the phone booth and then beat them up. And then like the police could put you in handcuffs. They'd have you handcuffed and you'd be on the ground. And then I don't remember what you did. You did something and then you could get out of the handcuffs and run away. Like, let's see them do that on Grand Theft Auto, huh? But yeah, it was like a really good game. I remember playing it as a kid, and I would call the people who would call the police warts. I don't know why. Like you worry and you're a wart. I don't know why. No, you worry warts, and then like I would just go beat everybody up just for like no damn reason. But other than that, I don't remember much about the game. But I just know it was funny. It was like basically what Saints. It's equivalent to what the original, like the very first Saints Row was. That was basically, I'm pretty sure how they got the idea for their game. The original Saints Row was from the Warriors. Because if you like look at that game and then look at Saints Row, the first one, they're like fucking basically 1-1.
Next up on the list is the Sims Hit and Run. I love this game.
Never played that game.
You never played it.
Nope. Never played
it. It was a great game. I love that game. Best game ever. It was the. I'm not gonna say it was the GTA of back then, but something. It was just a really nice open world game. You could literally drive any car. You could go anywhere. You could go on top of buildings. It was pretty awesome. It was a really nice game. You could like the map. It was really huge for a GameCube game. That map was way too big. I mean, back in the day, that was big technology. That game was big technology, and it was. I had so many good memories with it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Simpsons Hit and Run, baby. Good game. Next up on the list is Mario Super Strikers. If that's Super
Yep.
Strikes or Super Strikers, whatever the heck it's called. But it's a good game. I know a lot of people aren't gonna know about this game. In fact, probably nobody's gonna know about it. But it was a pretty good game back in the day. I never was really a big fan of that game. My cousin, George, once again. Well, I don't know if it was George or Alfonso. Is one of them. They brought Mario Super Strikers to my house one day, and it was nighttime. I forgot what we were doing, but we were playing that game. It was pretty cool. I liked it. Like if you guys know, I hate sports games, or I hate sports in general. They're just really boring. I don't really understand the point of them. But Mario Super Strikers, it was pretty unique. Like it wasn't like any other soccer game out there. It was really weird. It was a cartoon, but it was a good game.
The original Need for Speed Most Wanted. All right, this was the game that was the shit back in the day. Like I'm telling you, the game that basically got me started on racing games. Like the plot is good, the driving is good, the car selection is good. You got NOS, turbo, superchargers. Like some cars you could only install superchargers on, some cars you could only install turbochargers on. The graphics were pretty good for PS2, GameCube, Xbox. That was the game, bro. I'm telling you. And you ever played Need for Speed Most Wanted?
Yeah, I never owned it, but I played it a bunch.
Man, I literally had so many save games on that, man. I could I would speed run through that game.
Next up on the list is kind of similar now. It's Need for Speed Underground 2. Good game. Good game. Just in general. I have it on my PC. I quote unquote downloaded it from somewhere, and I got it on my PC. So great game. I like it. Oldie with Goldie. The STI actually sounds pretty nice in that game. The Subaru Impreza WRX STI.
Sounds
And a
like
lot
ass.
and a lot of cars actually sound pretty realistic for the old game it was. I had it for the GameCube. Great game. I loved it.
I
Like I said, like
I never played it, and I never will.
like I wasn't a big fan of racing games back in the day, but my brother, he bought it from GameStop one day, and it was pretty interesting. And that's pretty much it. Next up on the list is Mario Tennis, Mario Party, and I know you've been waiting for it. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, baby. Good games.
Mario.
Never owned a single one, but George, my cousin, had all these games, and he, me and him, we would always play them whenever I went over to his house. Good games, especially Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. That was pretty fun. Mario Party and Mario Tennis, I wasn't too big of a fan of, but I mean, good games.
I would say Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games was the shit. I can't remember which year it was, which was like the best year to me. Then Mario Party, I've actually only played one. I want to say it was like the first one that was on the Wii. And then Mario Tennis, I played on the Game Boy. And good God, that game is
A1.
Mm-hmm.
Next up on the list, are really popular computer programs. Most likely, like 99.9% of you that had a computer back in the day have downloaded this to get your free movies, free music, free, TV episodes, all that. It was pretty cool. Yep, you guessed it right. LimeWire and FrostWire. LimeWire and FrostWire, they did serve a purpose, getting free stuff for free, but you would always get a virus, It really sucked. Everybody would be recommending it, and just giving viruses to other computers. It wasn't too safe, but I remember, back then I had my PSP, and this was a little couple of years into the two programs, but I would download South Park episodes, and I was really surprised they actually had South Park episodes. I was like, wow, because I didn't really download music back in the day. I would always just listen to it on YouTube, since I didn't really save anything, since I didn't really know how to download music. I know how to download it, but I didn't really know where to save it, and I the computer's Windows XP, is gonna die anytime soon. So I had nowhere else to back up my music.
You put some respect on that, boy.
I remember when the Rosart, Crayola, like it was like Rosart and Crayola. That was like back in the day. Honestly, it's like a long ass time ago. To me, at least, it was like the 64 pack of crayons, and then it had a little sharpener with it as well. And so what people would do, it would like use everybody like, damn son, you got that crayon sharpener, because kids is like in elementary school were stupid and retarded and somehow managed to break like all of their crayons and shit. Don't even ask me how, because like I don't even know how retarded do you have to be to like break a whole like pack of fucking crayons. And they would always come to the kid with the sharpener, and then Crayola was like, whoa, fam. And then apparently I'm finding out not too long ago, there was a 128 pack.
What?
Yeah.
Damn, I did not know that. I did not know that. Next up on the list is a SanDisk SansaFuse MP3 player. A good MP3 player. Me and my brother, we would always use it, because, I mean, it was pretty expensive back in the day. Not everybody had $1 million in their pockets, but, one day he bought one from the mall, and, I didn't really care about it. But then he was like, oh, here, use it. And I was like, whoa, this is great technology. It had the radio. It had an equalizer. It had, it's an MP3 player, just anything on it, really. It was pretty awesome. And I loved it. It was pretty cool. I mean, we had an iPod too, but an iPod Classic. It was like the tiny one. But, I mean, I forgot what happened to that one. And then eventually the SansaFuse, like till this day we have it. But, I mean, it barely works. It works perfectly fine. But, I mean, if you try to listen to it with headphones on, or, you try to connect it to your car and the aux cable or whatever, then only one channel is going to work. And I think that's the right channel. So, meaning only one side is going to have sound. So, that's what kind of sucks about it. But, I mean, it lasted us, like, I don't know, like 10 years. So, pretty good thing. Pretty good little MP3 player. I liked it. Next up on the list is back when iPods were a thing. Literally, you never hear anybody today in today's generation, 2016, saying, hey, I just bought an iPod Nano, or I just bought an iPod Classic, unless they're like really big into audio and they got like their own car and everything, and they want like an MP3 player so they can play the music on. But I mean, in today's generation, you just hear somebody talking about, I just bought an iPod Touch, or iPhone or Android, LG, whatever. It's nothing but phones, which is pretty gay. Next up on the list is when pencil trading in school was a thing. I remember doing this all the time. It was pretty nice. It was a pretty good way for me to get like mechanical pencils. It was awesome. All variety of pencils. It was pretty awesome. I forgot how we did it exactly, but we would trade pencils. And yeah, that was pretty much it. Everybody had their little pencil case box. Pretty cool. In today's generation, nobody trades pencils. Not that I know of anymore. But it's all about, for me, I still use mechanical pencils till this day. I know a lot of high schoolers and stuff will say, once you're in high school or college, it doesn't even matter.
It isn't
what you
even
use.
trading pencils at that point. It's stealing pencils to survive.
Pretty much.
It's like, you got a pencil, nigga. Who trades pencils anymore, nigga? It's just, you got a pencil. If not, take your shit and leave.
But what I mean by what I said is that, people like, high schoolers, they'll be like, it doesn't even matter what you use in high school. Like, to me, it does matter, because I don't want to get up every 5 minutes to sharpen a wooden pencil. I'd rather rely on mechanical pencils, like how I always did when I was a kid. And, upstairs I got like a couple hundreds of mechanical pencils, so I'm pretty loaded for the rest of my life, literally.
And then you had niggas that would lose pencils constantly.
Oh, I hate those people. And then they'll ask you for pencil, and then they'll lose it. I'm like, wow, dude, just don't even ask for pencils. Just don't even come to school at that point if you're gonna lose a pencil every 2 minutes. Even if it's a teacher's pencil or pen, even if it's like a gel pen or expensive pen, they won't even care. They'll just lose it. They'll be like, whoops, I lost it. I'm like, dude. Next up on the list is book fairs. Book fairs, we all remember those, where you could buy posters. I never put any posters in my room. Where you could buy the pencils and erasers, the awesome ones. I always stole them. Where you could buy books and read these books. I never liked reading books, but the book fair was awesome. I would always steal things from there, and I would show it off. I'd be like, yeah, boy, like. Once you came with like a funny looking pencil eraser or like something cool, then these guys in the class would already know you went to the book fair, and they'd be all jealous. Pretty good. Pretty good deal back in the day. Pretty awesome. What do you think about book fairs, buddy?
They were pretty cool, honestly. I used to go to a bunch of them back in the day when I was a kid. That was so long ago. You never niggas would steal so much stuff from the book fair.
Yeah.
Like, I would steal stuff and then go sell it. The cheat, like all the stuff, all the books, cheat. I don't know if y'all had cheat code books at the book fair, but
Yeah,
we did. We had
did.
Guinness World Record books. They were pretty cool and stuff. But other than that, book fairs were the shit back in the day, honestly.
Heck yeah.
They gave you a reason to get out of class.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, that's okay.
I remember when I got into 4th grade, that's when, it was, no, 5th grade. When I got into 5th grade, that's when they stopped doing book fairs, and I was really pissed about that. My school, they only did it for like 3 years. I mean, I went to some school, and since I was in K5 until 6th grade, so they did it for quite a while. But it sucks that the book fairs. I don't even know they do book fairs to this day. I don't think they do, but rest in peace, book fairs.
True.
Next up on the list is cheat code books and Guinness World Record books. These books, they're just classic. What else can I say? They're just classic. Back when Captain Underpants existed. Back when the Magic Treehouse existed. Back when the Magic School Bus existed.
Super long ago.
Back whenever you would get out of class and you would go somewhere, and they would have like these stands of somebody with like a book or two in front of them. And then they'll be like, "Hey man, if you guess how many pages are in this book, then you win the book." And it was a pretty sweet deal. I never won any because I never guessed the right ones, the right pages. But screw them. Back when McDonald's actually had a playground, there's a couple McDonald's till this day that I know that. I think
And like the Nintendo 64, the game.
Yeah.
And all that shit in them. PlayStation, you go in there and have like 40 kids surrounded like all that stuff. Or did you ever go to the dentist and they have those stations?
Dentist? I would go to the doctors and they would have.
We had a kid dentist. It was called Smile Starters. And they had like old school consoles and stuff just sitting around a thing. And then it just disappeared. So I'm pretty sure they stopped working.
Yeah, good old days. Back when you would get a lollipop after you got a shot from the doctor. Pretty self-explanatory. But
all you get is a fucking sticker.
Yes, it's not fair. Back when the original PS3 Slim came out, this was new technology now. And then when the Super Slim came out, it was like, what is this? Back when the YouTuber Chad Warden made videos. We all know this era. Speaking about the YouTube era, YouTube Poop and Rick Rolls. Back when those actually existed. Now, I don't even know if that still exists. I'm sure it still exists, but nobody makes them. That's good that nobody makes any of those, since bringing something. Nothing can ever beat the original. 99.9% of the time. Back when Game Boys existed. Back when original PSPs, not the Go's or the Vitas, but the original PSPs, the 2000s and 3000s. I don't know if there was a 1000, but the 2000s and 3000s, those are where it was at. I remember playing Logan Shadow, Siphon Filter, Logan Shadow. Best game ever. I loved it. Back when, you would walk into somebody's house, like your friend or your cousin or just somebody's house, and you would think they were rich if they had a PS3 or Xbox 360. And this was pretty true because, back in, 2007, 8, or even 9, not everybody had a PS3 or Xbox in their house or, technology in general. But now in today's generation, it's pretty lame. Every single person's house you go to, they got a PS3, Xbox, just anything. They got so much technology in their house. It kind of sucks, but new technology. But I remember being one of the early PS3. I wasn't too early, I didn't get my PS3 super early, but I got it back when, I got it like in late 2010. I got it back when, not anybody really had PS3s or Xboxes. It was pretty cool technology. And then, a couple years later, everybody has an Xbox and PS3. I'm like, what?
True.
Back when, these songs existed, they were the bomb back in the day. 3 6 Mafia, Fly, Baby Bash, Sugar Sugar, How You Get So Fly, Chameleon here, Riding Dirty. Me and my brother knew about this song way back when. Nobody knew about it. Back in like 2006 and 7, whatever. I don't even know when.
Which song?
Chameleon there, Riding Dirty.
Bruh, who did? Is it, what?
That was a long time ago. It was back when.
What do you mean nobody knew about that song?
Nobody over here knew about that shit.
What?
Nobody here. Everybody started finding out in 2010. I was like, what's wrong with you guys? But you seem so shocked.
I was just like, what? I'm like, that song was like so fucking. Well, then again, it's a South thing. That song was so fucking overdone when it came out.
Yeah.
It just got popular everywhere else.
Over here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Milwaukee is filled with nothing but people that, Milwaukee is filled with all those people who just listen to mainstream music. They like just. The mainstream music basically, and back when Riding Dirty came out, my brother, he bought like the album from Walmart or Target, or I don't even know if it was an album or like the single itself, but it was a CD, and back when my dad, he used to have a V6 Mustang, we would always bump it in his car, pretty good old days. Now, he has a V8. Alright, I'm gonna continue. Soulja Boy, Crank That. Good song. Young Jock, It's Going Down. Meet Me in the Mall. It's Going Down.
I remember when that song first came out.
Good song. Me and my dad and my brother, we would always bump these songs. It was just kind of like a thing. We would go fishing, we would bump these songs. We would, get rides to school, and then we'll bump it. Good old days. Far East Movement, Like a G6. Now, feeling so fly like a G6.
Never heard it.
What? Come on, that's the classic there.
Never heard it.
It was such a dumb song, but it was classic. Back when you thought that the Lamborghini was the fastest car in the world, it's not. Back when the iPhone 3G was advanced technology. And
I remember like seeing a kid on like elementary school one, if I had to think about it, but it's like the first time I'd seen an iPhone. And I didn't even know what it was. I thought it was an iPod.
My dad, he had one like a year after it came out, and that was pretty cool. You could take videos on it. You could take pictures. It was a phone. You could do anything on it. You could download apps. It was like, downloading apps from the App Store or just owning an iPhone in general, that was like a privilege. But then now in today's world, everybody has an iPhone. Now it's
for white people, because white people got all the privilege.
But, back then, whenever I would download an app, I would be excited to play it. And now, in today's generation, there's so many garbage apps that I don't even play nothing but 8-Ball Pool.
When you first get an iPod or an iPhone, and you use up all your space by downloading games.
True. Back when Blackberries and flip phones existed. My brother
You
had like
mean
3
you mean
Blackberries.
you mean a burner phone? The
Burner
plug
phone.
phone?
Alright,
Uh-huh,
alright, alright,
uh-huh.
alright, alright. Back when you would play games on a flip phone. I did this all the time with my mom's phone. Good, good games. There was like a bowling game, and then there was I can't remember what else, but it was awesome. And then my dad, I remember when he gave me his when his contract expired and he got a new phone. He had a Samsung phone, just a flip phone. He gave it to me, and that's kind of when this was way back in the day. That's kind of when I started making videos. Just like little clips, not for YouTube because YouTube barely existed back then, but it existed. But uploading videos to YouTube was kind of a pain. You had to have a lot of knowledge, but I would take a bunch of pictures, and I would always record TV episode clips with my flip phone. Pretty cool.
True.
It wasn't even activated. I didn't care. I just used it for the camera and
Camera and the music and ringtone.
yeah. Good old days, man. I remember there was a ringtone. I wish I knew what it was called, but it was like and then I can't explain it, but it was so awesome. I miss those days.
True.
Back when you would call somebody and their voicemail it was set up as them playing music. Everybody did this back in the day.
I don't even understand how they did it, honestly. Like, I never learned. Weird.
They just record their voicemail thing, and then they have a music playing in the background.
Oh, I thought like there was actually a actual music thing for their voicemail. I never knew. I should have figured that. I kind of figured that. I didn't know if it was like actually music for their voicemail.
Back when you had to type on the flip phone, this was the hardest thing to do ever. Typing, you gotta type so many times to get to one letter. It was a complete pain. And till this day, on my home theater system, in my living room, it's like a Sony something. It's like a 7.1. It was wow. It, I don't understand why they even made this a thing on there, but you have to type like how you do on a flip phone. I'm just like, wow, why do this to me? That sucks. All right, guys, we're saving the best for last. So, true crime and Midnight Club, the video games, good games, good games. I remember I had a couple Midnight Clubs. I had Midnight Club Dub Edition, whatever, for PSP. I had Midnight Club, the one for PS3. I don't even know what's it called.
Midnight Club, L.A.
Yeah, good
That was
game.
a good one. I loved Midnight Club too because it had cheats with guns and blow stuff up. Man, it was awesome. That game literally had cheats.
And I love true crime. This was like the early pioneer of GTA. I mean, GTA existed back in the day, but I mean GTA it was completely different. True crime it was completely different as well. It had the same concept, open world and you shoot people and all that, but it was different. You played as a cop and like an undercover cop. It was an awesome game. I really miss it. Every day I would always play it, and it had a lot of good music in it. It even had some E40 in it. I was like, hey, and oh man, I miss those good old days. Playing True Crime Streets of LA. I never played the New York one, but True Crime Streets of LA is where it was at. You could do, you could fight martial arts and stuff. It was awesome. You could shoot, and oh man, I missed that game. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. A lot of you guys are gonna be relatable to this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So these were all the trends from back in the day. 2000, I don't know, 4 or 5 to 2009 ish, around that era. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later.
Allahu Akbar.
Peace out.